Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. We're back up at Bunker and we're going to show you a place that we've never shown you here before. Back here in the corner where nobody sees. Let's go check out the dark room. Welcome to the dark room. We got the sign out there and we call it the dark room because that's literally what it is. We have these like UV blockers on all of our lights, so it's got a little bit of a yellow tint in here because when we are prepping a screen, the emulsion that we use in here is a photosensitive material, so it needs to stay away from UV light. So let's check that out. They're called screens because it is literally a screen. I don't know if you can see it. Let me grab that loop and see if we can get up in there. All right, so we've got a little magnifying glass. Let's see. It's literally a screen. So each one has their own thread or mesh count. This one is 110. We've got 155, 195, 200, all the way up to 305. And what that means is it's 110 up to 305 threads per square inch, which is why we need the magnifying glass to be able to see those threads. And this is the whole reason why it has to be dark in here. This is called emulsion that we coat our screens with. It is a photosensitive material. So we put it on the screen, it dries, but it's not actually dried or hardened to it until it gets exposed to UV light. So let's check out how we coat these things. Okay, so now that we've got this nice and evenly coated, great job, Mitch. We're gonna throw it in the dryer so that right now if I just rub my finger, it would make a big smudge. It needs to dry, but like I said, it's not actually really like bonded to the screen. This rack over here is coated, dry, and ready to go. So let's make some screens. So the shirt we're gonna show you today is actually one of our brand new 4th of July shirts. You know, we've talked about in the past how every holiday we put out some shirts. The shirt we're gonna show you today has actually been our best seller since we launched. You guys love the punny stuff. This shirt, I actually think it's pretty funny. It is spilling the tea since 1773, a little homage to the Boston Tea Party. We can put that up right there on the screen. So it's a navy shirt, it's got white and red ink. So for this one, we need 3 different screens. We need a white underbase, we need a red, and we need a top white. So let's show you how we do it. So we've got our screens here and our big light box here. So like I said, this material, if I put it underwater right now, all this emulsion will just go away until it gets exposed to the UV light and hardens. That's what this is. Here are our films, the little photo negatives. So everything here that's black is gonna go on our screen here, throw it in the light box. It won't be exposed to the UV light that's being just pounded on it. It stays soft, we wash it away with water, and then we have our screen. Transparent film, this is our white, this is our red, that's our underbase. So what he's doing right now is making sure it's nice and lined up so that every screen is in the same spot to make our registration on the press better. Once we've got it registered, this is our light box. Right now, if we take this screen before it gets exposed and put it underwater, all that emulsion goes away. Once it gets exposed to UV light, that emulsion hardens to the screen, and what is left is all the stuff that was blocked out from the light. Then we'll throw that over in the sink, wash it all out, and we'll be left with our beautiful screen. You can see here what is black is what the image is going to come out into. So we will throw it. Let's get these out of the way. Throw it in this light box, get it nice and exposed, and we'll show you what it looks like after. Okay, first screen done. How long do you put it in there for?
28 seconds.
28 seconds.
Nice clean screen.
So, peel the film off, and so you still can't tell, right, that anything has changed here. And you won't be able to see that until we put water on it. So, like I said earlier, everything that got that the light touched,
Is our kingdom.
yeah, it's like the Lion King. Everything that the light touched stays on the screen. Everything that doesn't is gonna get washed away with water. And so we, just a little hack, soak it in the tub for a little bit. Now that it's wet, you can start to see the image coming forward. So we'll soak that for a little bit. Just helps get some of the little detail out a little bit easier. And then we'll wash it away with a big hose. We love big hoses.
We do.
Okay, this one's good to go. Now, throw it in the heater just to increase the dry speed a little bit. And then we do it all over again for the red and the highlight white. Okay, shenanigans at the bunker today, but it's gonna be super cool. So John Michael is gonna attempt to get a really cool drone shot from what, start out.
Yeah, so I think start outside the storefront, come in, go around there, go around the office once, come out that door, through there,
Circle it around.
and then up through your office, and then up along the balcony, and then out that door, and then cut from there straight outside.
And then back outside.
So hopefully the battery lasts long enough.
Okay, it's gonna be an adventurous
Might
shot, but
take
it's
a
gonna look
couple
super
takes.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna, just for some promotional stuff for Bunker's Instagram, we'll throw it in right here. We'll get some behind the scenes. Hopefully we don't, we got some lights strung up and stuff. How good are you as a pilot?
I'm
Good enough, good enough to fly through the warehouse.
I think it should look good at least.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. What kind of drone is it?
It's like a tiny little, I think it's called a fly lens.
Oh, okay. Like
a
little one.
drone, yeah.
Oh, okay. So nothing
That's why
too
the
crazy.
batteries don't last very long, but
Yeah.
I have like 4 of them, so.
Yeah, one battery per take.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Let's check this thing out. So that's the drone.
Yeah.
That is tiny.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's
It's
crazy.
like 4K filming, but I'm not gonna shoot it in 4K. Just
Yeah. So that's the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your control
it's all
is big.
tiny.
It's bigger than, and you watch it through
Goggles, too. Yeah.
your.
I don't know if you can see through the camera, but.
All right, you're gonna go into the Matrix, right? Okay, this is gonna be dope. Okay, let's see what that looks like.
Hey, you guys are getting a lot of Clint today, so I thought I would at least hop on for like a few minutes and say that I know Clint had talked to you guys about how, he wants to do better with health-wise and working out, and I am also on that train as well. It's hard like getting into a routine and really getting things started. I don't like working out. I've never liked working out. It's something that I don't really enjoy. And people will say like, oh, you've never really gotten into the habit. I have been in the habit of working out back in my days. I didn't like it then either, even when I was in really good shape. I just don't enjoy it. I like the effects of it, but that's about it. That being said, I'm gonna try and do better. I wanna set a better example for like my daughter. I want working out to be a normal thing in our life and not like something that we dread all the time. So I asked her if she wanted to do some Pilates with me. We're gonna go do that. And I'm gonna make it more fun by bringing some kittens. You know, people do goat yoga. We're gonna do kitten Pilates. We'll see how it goes. Get these muscles sore, you know? Build something. If anything, I want all of my joints to hurt less. I'm too young for this. So we're gonna go on this journey. Y'all keep me accountable too, because I know Clint says that and I need the same thing. Okay, let's go work out.
Maybe we can get down, down, down.
Next day, screens are dry. This is what they look like. Whoop. Sometimes they'll stand up. Yeah. So what's nice is the last job that the guys just ran actually was a white and red ink screen. So squeegee just gets to stay on, and then we'll pull this screen down, and that squeegee gets to stay there. We just need to load the other screen up in one of these other two arms of the press. Actually, we just realized that in the printing positions, this red being last is wrong. So we're gonna have to take these down, move it over, because we need it to go white, red, and then white, just to give us the best print quality. Okay, so if you saw those like green crosses that we were lining the film up with, it's so that when we put the screens on the press, they all hit in the same spot. We've got this, which is perfectly aligned up with the machine in the back. So what we do here, bring it over into position. Once we get a green light, lock it in, drop this down. And so now we butt the back and the side of the screen up against this lock, and then this side up against this lock. We do that on all three screens, and now in theory they're all pretty close to being registered. It just helps us out, saving us some time here. So now once we put each color down, we only need to make little micro registrations. Now that we've got all three colors squared, it's time to throw a tester down and see how much micro reg we need to do. All right, so we move our test shirt over here. Got a little bit of ink on the screen.
Slow it down.
You can see now we've got 6 different points of registration. So every screen has these dots all in the same place. So this is what we use to make sure all of our colors are in the same spot. So we'll flash dry this one and then go compare it to our next color. Okay, so now we've got, we'll lower this down, our shirt in position, and you can see through, yeah,
Tiny,
a little bit over here,
I gotta move to the left.
yeah.
Let's go.
So we're gonna see through here and line up every single one before we put any ink through to make sure we're doing the best we can to make as little adjustments as possible. Just from the eye test, it looks like we're pretty close. Now we move over to the white. And this one, you really wanna make sure you eyeball this as good as you can, because here it'll be easy to see, you know, when we put the red down, if the red is not in line with the red and which way we go. But here we're printing white on white, and that gets kind of tough to know which white I need to move which way. So we really got to make sure, if we can, that that is locked in. It looks pretty solid so far. I think we're locked in, so now we're going to throw some ink on the screen and actually see how close we are. Hey, but never forget, no lames in the screen print area. Although, I always fail the sock check. Looks like we are pretty dang good. Don't really have any white showing anywhere. Okay, now we'll flash that, hit it with the other white, see where we're at. Okay, so yeah, you can see here our white needs to scoot over a little bit here and here. And this is where it gets a little tough because, yeah, just looking at the design, which, you know, hard to see which way we go. That's why we always try to make sure we use these reg marks because it makes it a little bit easier to see where we need to go. So we'll use these little knobs here and here to make the little micro registrations and see if we can get this lined up, but it's not too far off. So yeah, we're gonna kick it over to the left a little bit and maybe up just a touch. All the micro registrations were made. We're gonna send this around for one final test. See what we got. We are in business. That looks good. Okay, sweet. Now we run them on the actual color that they're supposed to go on, navy.
Everyone give me some space. Don't fall out, we fall into place. Every step walking with grace, amen. Keeping my foot off the brakes. Impact, I'm ready to brace. We fall down and land on our face. Just to get up and finally escape. Wait, boom, boom. Baby, I'm trying to get paid. Legends don't die in a grave. They live through the story they made, okay? Boom, boom. Baby, I'm trying to get paid. Legends don't die in a grave. Hey, legends don't die anyway. I was working on a play today. Body bags covered away. I paved, zipped up like a bathing ape. How many of us then came and stayed? Not too many. I've been staying awake to get it and get right on every mistake. I
just got home. What's going on here?
I hadn't put that back yet.
What are you doing?
Me and Quinn worked out.
You what?
We did Pilates. With
You
cats.
worked out?
Yeah. He doesn't believe this because it's not very believable.
I've known Jenna for
Don't exaggerate.
18 years.
I mean, yeah, you've known me that long. I'm saying the next thing you're gonna say, don't exaggerate.
I think I've maybe seen you work out 100 times. I wanted to go lower, but that's probably
I feel like, no. Anyways, this isn't
Not
an
much.
argument to be had on YouTube. Yes, I'm gonna do better. And they're gonna make me accountable, whether they like it or not.
Now let me say, she doesn't need to work out. Jenna can just diet.
I
And-
eat really healthy most of the time,
Yeah,
and I've
and
been
stay
on a bit
skinny.
of a health kick lately, and I've lost some weight, and I want to tone up. I want to get it all in check.
Yeah.
And I want her to want to do those things too. I'm gonna inspire you. You ready for inspiration?
I'm inspired.
We're gonna health up this family. We're gonna,
Speaking of health
Wait,
of
no,
this
this is-
family, for dinner tonight.
Listen, I did
Hey, you
Pilates.
earned it.
I went on a walk.
You
I cleaned
earned
a bunch
it.
of stuff around the house. Filmed some stuff. I did a lot of things today. I earned this freaking pizza.
Yeah. So you know,
We're gonna zhuzh some pizza.
we're gonna
It
just.
doesn't take very long. We're just gonna show you little things you add. You can make a frozen pizza pretty solid. Red Baron is the best option.
It is the best.
It is. And some people might also be like, well, they started getting really skimpy on some of their ingredients. Yeah, I think they stopped putting so much cheese. So we add cheese and we make it better. It's a
Boom.
I know, it's like
Boom.
inflation and all that. We just
Boom.
we problem solve.
Je.
We don't have to let inflation ruin everything.
The higher ups at Red Baron have heard our complaints, and it's actually not
Right after I
bad.
said that, we opened these boxes, and I was like, that actually looks like a decent amount of cheese. We're still gonna add more, but you know, maybe it was like the last year that there was less cheese and stuff on it. Maybe it was a bad cheese year. I don't know. Maybe their cheese provider, their cows were a lower milk level. I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
It's pretty cheesy. We're still gonna add more cheese.
Okay, what's the word of the day?
Zhuzh! It's clear we don't rehearse what we're gonna say around here. It's all on the fly, guys. We're gonna zhuzh the frozen pizza.
Yeah,
And make
we
them
spent
delicious.
$8
Yeah.
on pizza.
Super cheap.
We're gonna make it taste like we spent $10 on pizza.
Like 11 at least. It's also not a lot. Like It's just a little bit of stuff makes a big difference. So onion powder, a little bit all over. Feel those bingo arms when you're doing the onion powder.
Bingo arms?
You never heard bingo arms before? It's like when you have like the flabby that when you're old and you have like some flabby
Yeah,
and they're
like
like
teacher
bingo
arms.
and it like I could feel it swaying.
Let me see. We'll do a check. Put your arm up.
I'm not doing it.
Do it. Do it.
Everybody has a little bit, even if you're in shape, whatever.
All right, little parm.
Little parm.
Parm.
Make a mess about it. It's better that way.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of parm because it actually adds a lot of saltiness to it. Fresh garlic. I won't do too much because Kason and Clint are both dramatic little
No,
babies
that's
about the
not
amount
true.
of garlic that I've...
The amount of garlic that you put on that steak was freaking insane.
They both complained about it.
I love garlic. Like, I couldn't be married to this woman if I didn't like garlic.
You couldn't deal with my garlic if you didn't like garlic?
No, I'm saying,
You wouldn't have married me if you didn't like...
anyway, the amount of garlic you put on those steaks was crazy.
I thought it tasted good.
It did.
Okay, next, mozzarella. The Tillamook is the best. It's just the truth. You can do any mozzarella, obviously, but this one is a little bit more expensive, and in my opinion, it's always worth it.
Just like you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm a little bit more expensive. I'm not that expensive.
No, you're not.
I'm a very low maintenance woman in the grand scheme of things.
When we met, I had to bring you down to my standards. Again, that's why we went to Sonic on our first date.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, guess what? We're not a
How are you to bring me down?
steak and lobster kind of date night. Now, sometimes we are now, but like for
We had
the
to work.
first
Yeah.
10 years of our
We were
relationship.
poor as hell. It's true. Yeah, we've seen all walks of life. I can't say all, but we have seen our days where we had zero money and ate pizzas like this all the time because all we could afford was $8. And now we do it still because it's delicious.
Because look at the zhuzh. Again, we didn't.
No amount of money could ever convince me
Three
to not
easy
eat
steps.
Red Baron. I could be a billionaire, and I am going and getting Red Baron.
Okay,
I think it's ready.
cool. Now just pop these in the oven and freaking enjoy. I'm glad that you worked out for the first time in 2 years.
What really constitutes
Let's reward
working
ourselves
out?
with pizza.
What constitutes working out?
Working out?
Like a planned workout? What about like going on walks and hikes? Those are workouts.
That's not a workout.
Yes, it is.
That is a leisurely activity.
This is why people don't start working out because they don't think about the fact that getting up and moving is working out too. You just gotta start.
Okay. Great advice.
You're welcome.
Now let's eat our pizza.
And then you reward yourself with something good. And then you want to work out again so that you can continue rewarding yourself. Everyone wins. I like my logic. It works for me.
Also, you guys are freaking awesome. The last video, I asked for help, and you guys came in freaking clutch. There are so many comments talking about what we can do and what we can't do. What I should have done, though, a lot of people said similar things like build a mezzanine or do this or do that. I should have told you, our building is the perfect amount of square footage to not have to have a sprinkler system put in. If we do a mezzanine, that adds square footage, and then we have to put a sprinkler system in. But I was trying to figure out how to do this without having to spend a bunch of money and do a bunch of construction and all that. Mezzanine is a great idea. I've thought about that, did the research. That's gonna take a lot more than a quick little update. The other thing I saw a ton was like, we have a bunch of room go up. Our problem is not with backstock storage, it's with like pickable locations. So getting higher in there would make the whole pick process like way harder. But for real, thank you guys so much. Like, I love that I ask a question and you guys freaking come in and just comment after comment after comment. Thanks for the input, thanks for the love. I think we're gonna try maybe putting up some like plastic and like moving blankets to insulate that. I saw some people saying that it should work, so I might give that a shot. But again, shout out you guys. Yeah, we're gonna eat on the couch tonight.
We're couching.
We're couching.
We haven't couched in, like, be fair, we couch all the time. We haven't couched on camera in a minute.
Moment of truth on the zhuzh. Delicious.
Really good.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell all your friends that you love us and to come watch our videos.
Sorry about all the food rolling around in his mouth when he's signing off.
Bye.
Bye.